Hello there friends, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. In this particular video, I'm going to show you how to draw faces, construct them, put them in a box. Okay, so this is a lesson on how to do that. So let's begin first with a pencil and then we'll try to ink it. What we are looking for is to construct a face, right? To draw a face. All right, so let's begin. All right, so let's begin. We're going to draw this face and we're going to construct it from a box. All right, we're going to make a box first to do this. All right, let me just adjust this a little bit. All right, so we're going to begin to do a face up here. We're going to construct this face and I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So here what we want to do is to make sure that we're putting everything into a box, okay? So let's say the face is looking this way, so which means you want to be able to make a box up here like this, so that a face is, it's looking this way. All right, now that we have a box here, friends, inside the box is where we're going to create the face. So this is going to give you your 3D illusion, okay? All right, so you see the box outside? That's going to be your guide. So then you can construct around the box, to give you the illusion of the perspective, the depth. All right? So as you can see up here, friends, you see the box up there, right? You see the box? And I'm trying to put the drawing right into the box because that's when you're going to get the all the planes correct. All right, and the perspective. And here We have the nose. You see, we have the nose. You see the box, right? You construct it right inside the box to give you a good mental idea about the depth, all right? And okay, then it's going to get much easier for you to be able to see the dimensions. All right, it's the box. As you can see, once again, here's the outer box that I just made with a pencil. And I'm using a pen to, and you can extend the box a little bit however you want it comfortable. But what you want to see is I want to be able to see the depth, the face going in right, the depth. That's what I want to be able to do. So that's why you need that box, okay? And now let's go and extend the chin. See, now it gets very comfortable because the box is your guide, which gives you that three-dimensional thing, and you're putting your face into the box, okay? And I'm going to show you a couple of different angles. So you see now you can be comfortable, you lay your proportions correct. And for the eyes now, it's right there. Once again, your box is giving you that guidance. It's telling you that there's depth in there. There's another plane that's going down this way. And there's a plane going down this way. All right? So now, the lower part of the eye. And we have the eyeball right there. And you see the plane, the nose, the bridge of the nose. All right, these are the things that you want to make sure that you're getting right, and then your drawing is going to look really good. All right, so there's your face that we constructed. So we see the cheekbone. So you have room for everything because the reason is because you want to imagine all this inside of a box. Okay, this will give you a good idea of getting all those proportions. So here is the drawing, friends, of, okay, so let's take a look at this drawing for a minute, and you can see how I constructed it using this box. Okay, now let's erase those pencil lines. And leave the drawing behind. So there's the drawing. And you see it's a little bit more realistic because we've worked with a box, all right? So just like we're doing here, what we're going to do is think of another angle, all right? So if I was going to think of, let's say, this angle here, once again, you want to imagine a box. The box, okay? Once you make a box like this will give you, and then you try to put the face into the box. This is going to give you a good idea. So here you see like the head is inside here. You see, because I constructed the box right there, that will give me the idea for the planes, See, as you can see, friends, how I'm constructing this other face right here, and it's coming from this particular box. So basically, it's just a box, okay? You see that box right there, right? So we're going to put the face into the box, okay? This will give you a good idea of all the different planes, and the box will always be your guide. You see right into the box. So once you have that box going, right, it's a very excellent way for you to fit all of the rest of the proportions in, just like I'm doing right now, okay? And we have the neck coming down like this. All right? So there you go, friends, right there. As you can see, the box helped me to construct this, all right? Always remember that you need to have that three-dimensional effect, which comes with now the eyebrows, and you see the planes, you know? So that's the other view, okay, right there. As you can see, friends, the box outside, okay, so let's erase that and leave the picture alone and go to another angle, all right? So there is your second angle, okay? So you want to be able to create your pictures like this using the box, all right? So here we see, I'm going to show you another one. Let's say, using, you know, box it, you know? So here's one. So let's say here the box is, I want the face right here. It's usually just a box and a cone, you know? So if you have this kind of thing, then you can then put the figure inside it, like so. So you see how the box is helping me to put the figure in? You know, always a box. This will give me the three-dimensional idea, a good, like it's a good mental grid, you know? You could say that it's a good mental grid. And here we see, you see how I have that box, like I created the box outside with a pencil, and I'm putting the face into the box. So you see this is the box right there, and you see this plane here, right? This plane right there. This is going this way. This is going this way, right? It's a box, a cube, right? A cube. So I'm putting the face into the cube, and this will give me the guidance. So as you can see, this is going this way, so I know the ear is going to be right about here. So let's put the ear, and then you can do your twists and turns and whatever. And the cone I have at the bottom is your neck. So you can easily create a nice drawing, okay? So this is the way you want to be able to construct your faces, just like that. So once again, friends, you can see how I have this outer box, right? The outer box, boom, and then I made the box, and then from that I created it. So let's erase the box, the outer pencil line, and I'm going to show you here. Like if we're going to do another particular face, and you're just going to use the same thing. What you're going to do is make a box, okay? So this, make a box, right? So for example, let's go with one right here, and the shape can be, you see how this one, you're going to have the face looking up, and you have this, okay? And this will be a cone, okay? So here you see, you have a good idea of how this figure is going to turn out, basically from looking at the way this box is, all right? So you see this plane, you see, so now I'm going to put the face inside of this box, like so, okay? Using the box as my guideline. See, I'm using the box as my guideline, and I know it's a face that's tilted upward, looking up, and because that's a suggestion of the box. All right, so the idea you see is the box out there. That'll give me the angle, the tilt, the gesture. There you go, friends. As you can see how I'm doing the face from using the box that I drew on the outside, So this is about trying to put the face into a box. All right, always create the outer box first and then make the lines inside, all right? And let's make some adjustments up here. There you see, friends, as you can see how I made this from outside, from starting off with a box and working with the angle first. It's making it simple and then going into the details, all right? So that's one way for you to do that. So let me show you another angle. And so this one would be sort of like a straight angle right there, okay? All right, so now let's see here. If you're going to do a frontal face, for example, right? And it's going to be first the box, simply. This one, you know, it's going to be in the face is going to be. So all I'm doing very simply is to construct a simple, you know, a background, like a cube that I can put it into. So it's about changing the cube and tilting the cube and looking at it from different ways, okay? So if I was going to look at this cube from the front, you know the picture is going to be coming out. It's a face, and I'm going to try to put the drawing into the box that I just made, the cube. This will give me the idea of the dimension. So you see the outside pencil line, but I'm going to build on that, right? All right, so now you see, friends, the frontal box, frontal looking face, the tilted box to the side, tilted upward, tilted downward, you know, the different views, you know. The Okay, now things get much easier because of that box, and it gives me the dimensions, the depth, looking into it. All right, things will get easier because of that outer box, okay? That's always going to be the big, that gives me all the depths and the planes and the popping up and down and the, you know, all of that stuff, as you can see right here. So you see it's much easier for you to construct that face, the gesture, the posture, the tilt of the face, you know, from starting from this. Okay, so you know the ear is right here, and she's going to have this. So this will be your frontal, okay? All right, there it is. So, friends, once again, you see how we came up with all this using those simple outer shapes or outer cubes. We create a cube, put the drawing into the cube. Okay. It's a brief break for 5 minutes, friends. We'll be right back.
I put the rest in.
So, friends, as we continue up here, let's take a look at how we arrived at all this, okay? We began first by constructing a box, okay? So, in this case, the box would have been right here like this. It's very simple. That was the original box with a little cone on the bottom. So for the first one, right, it was simply a box like this into which I began drawing the face. So once I see that there's a box up here, which I keep calling it the box, it's a cube, you know, and it's being tilted in all different ways, okay? So that's the best way for you to think about it, as a cube that you can, like a little, you know, like a little dice thing, you know. If you look at the dice cube, you just want to put that and imagine it to be right this. And it's from this box that we made this guy. Then for her, the box looked like this with a tilt up. And this was looking straight forward, right? It was a straightforward, the cube was facing you, okay? And here, the box had this and this. So, you know, if I was going to draw this on the side to make it nice and clear for you guys, let's see how I constructed these, okay? And I'm going to put these on top. So if you look at it, this guy was created from this. That was the box that he was created from, okay? And so we put him inside this, right? And this guy was created from this box. It's okay? This guy looked like this, right? Each time we had a particular look, right? And then this girl's box was this. All right? And hers was like this. Okay, and hers was straight up. So, all right, so those were the ways we got to this, right? We put this guy's face into the box, this girl into this box, this girl into this box, okay? And her face into this, all right? So that's the way you want to be able to construct your pictures, okay? And then, of course, then you see all these planes and all these different planes that we were trying to make, right? So that now we can like sort of define it a little bit. And I'm just using some water. This is just water-based ink. Okay, so you see how those planes, you know? And you can then like work on some shadows and create some depth into the drawing, all right? And create some light and shade. All right, and all that stuff. All right, friends, then all the others come after that, and you can then Okay, so you see how I'm like working on it to make it better and defining it a little bit more. All it's coming from these boxes, all right? Always, that's the key. And it becomes much easier for you to do your drawings and create all the depth you want. So you want to imagine the whole thing from coming from these cubes that are tilted this way and that. So if you can imagine the cube turning every which way, you are doing a great job if you can really do that in your imagination, you know. Like I'm not able to do it that well constantly, we're trying to struggle. But, okay, so there we go. So we put the face right into it just like that. All right, and let's say here, you see you can then create all this depth. Shadow, right? Shadows and everything. And then the values, and these are the next steps, right? But it all comes from these boxes, right? You know, that you're creating. Create a box, and then imagine the face inside of the box, okay? So in this case, it would be like that. It's inside the box. You see that? I'm trying to do this in the back of this guy. So now this will give you all of the depth and the way for you to like represent it, the different planes, okay? Always remember the simple cube that it starts with, okay? We started with a simple cube and we adjusted the face into the cube, okay? That's the way to imagine it. Okay, and then the rest is all nice and easy, okay? So the same thing if I was going to come and do this face right here. Okay, it's like looking from the side, so all right, so here we can then like think about it. And once again, you see how this face was made from this particular box up here, this particular cube. Okay. So everything, once again, coming inside the cube, allowing you to see all these different, the depths going in, the planes, the perspective of the face, the tilt, the gesture, the angle, all of this, you know. We'll leave a little bit of those whites, you know, for light, all right? And the rest you can double up and do it. Once again, coming from this particular box or cube. All right, friends, so there we go, we have that. So now if you look at this, okay, once again, always keeping in mind this key element, all right? Boom, 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 boom. Box, all right? It's coming from that particular cube. Here we go. This guy is inside this cube, all right? There we go. That's his cube right there, right? So that's how we come to these drawings. Hers is a straight face, just like that. So as you can see, right, this is the way you want to come up and create your drawings and everything, okay? I'm going to show you more soon, friends. Hope you enjoyed this. Once again, always remember the key things, okay? What is it? What is the key thing? Construct a cube. Okay? Always construct. Alright, construct a cube first, okay? A cube. Alright, construct a cube. It's very important. Alright, friends, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, wait for more. Enjoy the rest of the evening, friends. Have a great day.